morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Architects of Lore. One and only weekly podcast where two exotic cousins sit around and discuss the age-old art of storytelling. And at the end, we're going to come up with another entry in the Cosmic Void story. But I'm your host, Zach, a.k.a. Z-Town TV. That's my co-host slash co-cousin, Devo City, a.k.a. Devin. Devin, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. Just like my boy Dom Toretto here. That's right. New episode, new t-shirt. I'm getting every Fast and Furious t-shirt I can find.
Audience, I want you to know two things. One, I did not approve this budgetary expense. Two, Devin and I were doing a pre-show meeting before this. Legitimately never noticed.
I changed my shirt. I just changed my shirt when I turned off my AC.
Yeah. Okay, all right. That makes more sense now.
No, it was a surprise for everybody.
Even
Great
you?
shirt. Great shirt. Obviously, it's new. I don't just have this in my wardrobe. Now it is, though.
I was about to say, clearly it is now.
Dominic Toretto.
Well, I'm happy, I guess. You got a new shirt. But that really brings me to a point now. The audience really wants to know, did you ever get your shirt?
I did. I did get my Save Weddington shirt in the mail, finally. Yeah.
2X?
Yeah. I feel like they just lost my order because it was here like 2 days after I emailed them questioning where my order was. And like, yeah, we're totally on it. It's like, okay. I mean, place has been closed for weeks, but I appreciate the shirt. Thank you. I did go golfing.
Are we already into golf talk? All right.
I mean, I don't really have much more going. I binge watch Shogun. Can't wait to watch the finale tonight. Pretty good show. I know you haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to spoil anything. But
give me just a high level overview. What's it about?
It's about like 1600 Japan, and this Englishman gets there, but the only other people who've gotten there are the Portuguese, and they're Catholic, and the Englishman is Protestant, so they don't get along. And
yeah,
there's a fight over who's going to be the ruler of Japan, basically. So.
Okay.
Political. There's some violence, not too much, but some. People say it's like Game of Thrones, but there's no mystical element. It's more historical. A lot of reading.
A lot of nudity.
There's some, but not gratuitous. And then they when they speak Portuguese, they speak English. But I would recommend it. Check it out.
All right. Good to know.
That and X-Men 97. Mm-hmm. Those are really only shows I'm watching right now.
X-Men. Oh, yeah, the cartoon. I forgot about that coming out. Any good? Does it live up to 1997?
I would say so. Very nostalgic. I mean, am I watching it at midnight? No, but it's fine.
All right.
What it is.
Okay. You know, well, I mean, did you see the Deadpool trailer?
I did. That looks good. A lot of questions there.
A lot of questions.
Ant-Man body. I don't know.
All right.
But that should be exciting. And seeing Wolverine in his classic yellow suit.
Finally. God. It's pretty cool. All right. Well, that was time for golf talk with Architects of Lore. Devin, did you go golfing this week?
I did. I went to another par 3, 18 holes. I played it twice. The first time I did better than the second time. But even par 3, 18, it's a lot of walking. And, not a lot of shade, very exposed.
Well, you played it twice the same day? Or twice
2 days in a row. So I played Thursday and then I played Friday.
Gotcha.
2 different people. I won. I was like 32 over, and my opponent was like 33 over.
There you go. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It's just all about
still winning. And
doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, right, Devin?
Yeah. I'm living my life a quarter mile at a time. And then we went to the executive course and played decent on the front nine. I think I was plus 12 on the front nine. then like plus 20 on
Okay.
the back 9. Just
All
fell
right.
apart.
It happens. Lose
I get
balls.
tired. I don't eat lunch. I lose motivation.
We got to keep
And
you fed and hydrated at the Pompey member cast.
and it's very narrow. And if you go right, which I have a tendency to go right, you go right off the cliff. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be not great. No bueno.
Nah.
All right.
Nah. Yeah, I think one hole. And we're keeping like full score,
Mm-hmm.
We weren't
There's no
letting...
8 asterisks.
No. We were doing full score. I think my highest was an 8, a natural 8. If I had a buddy at a 10 on one hole, it was like out of bounds to out of bounds. It was a struggle. But everyone, like, I think the lowest score on that hole was a double bogey. So
Okay.
everyone had trouble on that hole. But I don't know how you been. You been playing the old golf?
I think since the last time we recorded, I played League. Played much better. Shot a 42. Still not great. But started off great and then just pulled 2 drives right into some trees. Ended up with double bogey. That happens. But other than that, I was, swinging pretty well. Then I went out by myself, so it doesn't count. Don't have to put this in the gin thing, but I shot a 40. But if you play by yourself, you can't put it in for your handicap, so it doesn't count. So my handicap's still higher. Yeah.
Par what?
Same course,
36?
Pompey. I played. Yeah, probably 36.
It's pretty good.
But if you play by, it's one of the rules. It's a PGA
No,
rule.
I get
You
it.
play by yourself. You can't
Maybe
put
you
it
should
in.
get some more friends.
Ouch.
Golf friends.
Golf
Plenty
friends.
of friends.
Golf
yeah.
friends. Actually, I have been. We haven't been posting to TikTok, people. If you've noticed it, it's because our account is clearly shadow banned. Because I have taken the things off that they said and nothing has worked. I've appealed this shadow banning and I have not received a response yet. But as I was on TikTok, I did get an ad for a new app and it's called Golf Link, I think. And it's where you can put in your information, then link up with other golfers. Kind of like a dating app for golfers.
Like a Tinder for golfers.
I was like, that's real interesting. Actually, I might sign up for that. Meet new people. Get out there, play some golf. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated if I do.
Is that the one where you can be like, I like to play music. I don't like to play music. I like walking.
Probably.
I like riding in a cart,
I don't know.
So,
I haven't checked it out yet.
I don't know if we would link up.
Probably.
I
like music. I like music.
I don't like music on the course.
What's wrong with you? We're there to have fun.
I'm there to hear the birds chirping.
All right. Well, not too much. No golf. Other than that, I went to the range a couple of times, just really dialing in the irons. And what I found out is that I still need new irons. So I will be making that appointment just because at this point, why not? Why not?
You can go for the blades.
Not blades, but like a step down from. So I have game improvement irons now. So I'll step down from that towards players. So players are the blades, but not full blades yet.
Like a T200.
Yeah, or like P90s or P790s, the title TaylorMades. I was actually, to be honest, I was kind of thinking the AI smokes because those look pretty sweet. Everything I read about them. So we'll see. We'll see.
I got a new 56.
You gotta get fitted. Okay. So
yeah,
56.
I forgot to tell you.
Break it out.
It's in the other room, but it's the same one. It matches my 52. It's Cleveland RTX. So I wanted like matching wedges. They're reasonably priced. And I've been using Grandpa's old 56, and I don't think the grooves exist on that thing anymore.
Yeah, if anybody needs new clubs, it's you. Because aren't you playing like Nikes? And Nike went out of the golf business like 20 years ago.
I got Nike irons.
Yeah,
I could probably hit the ball a little bit further if I got some different clubs.
100%.
Like my 52 is chasing my pitching wedge really, really easy.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
So maybe before member guys we get a crowdsourcing, get Devin new clubs.
I think you just got to work a couple of days on the farm, and that will pay for it right there.
Yes, notoriously only paying golf clubs.
Yeah.
People are hungry and you're giving them clubs?
Listen, you need clubs more than food, Devin. All right.
True.
Clubs get you food. It's
Better,
like
probably
are
better
you gonna
rotation if I had less food too.
are you gonna give a man a fish or are you gonna teach a man to fish? I'm teaching you how to make money at golf by giving you new clubs. All right. Well, that was golf talk with Architects of Lore. Remember, Pompey member guest is coming up, and if you want to see your boys do well, really fund the Devin gets new clubs franchise. Okay?
$1 a day from all of our listeners, and I could get them in a couple of years.
No, I think you could do it pretty soon. If we're going by the metrics of how many views is listeners, you could get it in like a couple weeks. Yeah. $1 a day, folks. Smash that like button. I think that's how that works. But now it's time for everybody's second favorite part of the show, and that's the
movie game.
Devin, are you ready? The audience question from last week.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know it. So here we go. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That a rich dude just offered me $1 million to spend the night with my wife. Devin, that answer, of course, was.
Oh. Indecent Proposal.
Yeah.
And then Gone with the Wind. Decent Proposal? Gone with
That
the Wind?
is correct.
Hey!
Of course you knew that. Of course. We know movies.
I know movies. All right, Zach, let's see if you know movies. And I want a full title here, please.
Oh, damn it.
Sentient supermarket food is terrified to learn that the humans intend to murderously massacre them unless patriotic puppets pound a North Korean dictator into submission.
What?
Sentient supermarket food is
Okay.
terrified to learn that
angel fruit.
Close. Learn that humans intend to murderously massacre them unless patriotic puppets pound a North Korean dictator into submission.
I mean, that one's Team America World Police.
And that was the full title I was looking for. Just,
What is the first one?
Seth Rogen.
Is this a movie I should know?
Seth Rogen, R-rated animated movie.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Alternate title is Hot Dog Fiesta.
Hot Dog Fiesta. Oh. This is a terrible movie. Sausage Part, Team America, World Police. Sausage Party and Team America, World Police.
Yeah.
That's a terrible movie. Just throw that card out. Just throw it out.
Never got it. This is a picture on my phone.
Delete that picture.
Okay. Always do.
All right, Devin, are you ready for your movie game question?
Oh, yeah.
After refusing to help an old lady extend her mortgage, a curse is placed upon a bank teller that damns her soul to the netherworld, where she is reborn as a Crimson Warrior employed by the Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense.
Hellboy is the second one. We watched that movie, so I know that.
Yep, shout out Lower List.
I don't know. That first one, it sounds like an 80s movie.
2009.
Guess not.
After refusing to help an old lady extend her mortgage, a curse is placed upon a bank teller that damns her soul to the netherworld. Hint 1, opposite title. Push me to the pearly gates.
Send me to hell.
Not sad.
Pull me to hell?
Drag.
Drag Me to Hell? Drag Me to Hell, boy?
There it
Drag Me
is.
to Hell. Don't know if it's good or not.
I've never seen it.
Me neither.
Devin, go ahead and read it.
The nonviolent spiritual leader that ushered in an independent India infiltrates a Boston crime syndicate to flush out a rat nestled deep in the police department. The nonviolent spiritual leader that ushered in an independent India infiltrates a Boston crime syndicate to flush out a rat nestled deep in the police department.
Devin.
Zachary.
It's time. You've been thinking about it for a week. I know you have. Because we're starting to ramp up. We're at Fast 5. And yes, this is the 4th movie we've watched. But if you go back and listen to your bits, they've gotten weirder. Now it's time to get even weirder. But also bring a little heart into it. So, Devin, what segment are we getting into now?
Listen here, candy ass. We're getting into studying the blueprint. As you know, Zachy, we watch Fast 5. The 5th movie or the 4th movie. Some will say. I don't know. Either way, it starts off with Dom Toretto being sentenced to 25 to life. Mia and Brian aren't going to stand for that. So they get him out of there. Next thing you know, they got to go all the way to Brazil. Dom's not there yet. And Brian and Mia hook up with Vince. That's right, Vince is back, baby. I told you he was coming back.
No, you didn't. I'll get into this when you're done with the recap, but you didn't.
I implied he did. But they take a job to steal some DEA seized cars from a train. Turns out the people who want the train only care about the GT40. Something about this. So Mia gets in the GT40. She gets out of there. They try and turn on Brian and Dom. Dom, he's not going to let that happen. He, obviously saves Brian, who jumped on a truck. And then they send it off a bridge and then jump into the water. And pretty unbelievable that they survive. But then they're surrounded. Brought in. We find the big bad. His name is, don't know, but he's in Brazil.
I don't know either.
And he's like this business guy, but they beat him up and then they chain him up. But chains aren't going to tie Dominic Toretto down. He breaks those chains. He beats up those people. They get to safety. They take apart the GT40 to see what's going on. He's running away. And then some huge, massive boulder, some would say a rock, jumps and is chasing him. Yeah, that's right. The Rock is a special agent set to get Dominic Toretto and Brian O'Connor. Toretto and O'Connor. And he's going to capture them. They're just names on a list. He gets involved with this rookie cop who he doesn't think has been swayed yet. Translator. So they're going. They're after him. Dom's like, we got to say, one more job. We're going to steal all this dude's money. Let's bring in the crew. So they assemble the crew. We got Han. We got Roman.
There he is.
The two guys from the Dominican Republic. And
Pretty cool.
We got Vince. And we got Gal Gadot. And Vince is there. He's on and off. I guess he ran, and then he came back, and then he saves me a life, and then he's like, "Can I join?" And he's like, "Of course." And then they go, and they're like, "All right, we gotta steal all the money." It's at these 10 houses. So they go to the first one. They burn the money because they just want to have him consolidate, put the money all in one place. He does. Turns out to be police headquarters. Not great. They need invisible cars. They're running a gauntlet. They can't get fast enough cars. You know what's an invisible car to police? Police cars. They steal police cars. They're going to use the police cars. As they're going, they get caught by the Rock. And guess what happens? They get ambushed. All the Rock's guys get killed. Oh my God, they're gonna kill the Rock. But Dom and Brian shoot up all the bad guys, save
And
the
Vince.
Rock. What?
And Vince.
And Vince. And well, Vince was there to protect Mia. He's like, I got eyes on Mia. He was protecting Mia. While protecting Mia, he gets shot. Tells Dom that he named his son after him, Nico, short for Dominic. Obviously, Nico is short for Dominic. And then the Rock is like, I'm in. I'm totally in. And so he used his tank to like bust through the walls of this police car station, and then they steal a vault. They hook it up to 2 cars. They run it through town, and then they're on a bridge. And we're like, oh, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. And Dom's like, you are, Brian. And he cuts Brian loose, and Brian goes. And then Dom proceeds to use a vault as a weapon, like mace-like situation, with the most precision and accuracy you will see in your lifetime. He knocks over a car that has a minigun into the water. That's important later, not now.
Why is that important?
Just remember that in your head.
Okay. I'll remember that in my head for some reason.
And then he kills the guy. And then, oh man, the guy's secondhand man's going to shoot Dom. But Brian's there. Pop, 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 pop. Brian saves. I had to call to make. So then the Rock and the translator lady, who's the rookie cop, who's also in love with Dom now because he saved her life earlier, and then like visited her house and just was like, I need that. And she's like, the $20 is silver. He's like, it's what it stands for. And he takes back the necklace that he gave to Letty. So the Rock lets him go. He's like, you deserve 24 hours. Kind of end of Pirates of the Caribbean, if you ask me. But I'm not going to get into it. That's for Jerry Bruckheimer to get mad at, not me. But either way, they let him go. He opens up the vault. There's no money in there. It's completely empty. They switched the vaults. This is a heist movie. Let's not forget, everyone had a job to play. Did we see where Gail Gadot and the 2 Dominicans were? No, because they were driving the garbage truck that made the old switcheroo on the vaults. They had a 10-second window, and they better use it. Everyone goes off to live in paradise. Mia is muy pregnant. Vin comes to visit with his new lady friend, who's the translator cop. Or no, Dom comes to visit. Vin's dead. But his baby and baby mama get a ton of money. Yeah. And then they do another race because when Dom and Brian and Tyrese and Han raced in 4 police cars, should all be equal, right? Equal line. I mean, Roman, he did cheat. He jumped the line by throwing his lights on so that the light would change and he got quicker. So, but he still lost. Han showing he's a good driver. Look at I'm right there. And then it's Brian and Dom on the line. And then Dom shifts down and lets Brian win. It's a baby present. So Brian's like, no money, no witnesses, just you and me. And that's where they go, happily ever after. So it seems. Turns out, The Rock, who's been searching for him, walks in Eva Mendes. She's still in this. Yeah, don't forget her. She's from Too Fast, Too Furious. That did not happen. She slams a file. Is it about Toretto? No, then I don't care about it. Keep looking. Letty lives! Letty lives. She's alive. That is Fast 5.
Hashtag life for Letty.
Directed by Jeremy Lin. Give me your initial thoughts. What did you think? We're really getting into the heat of the Fast and Furious franchise. We're starting to turn it up. What are your thoughts? How did you enjoy this? And was it amazing?
I'll say right off the rip, this is the best Fast and Furious movie I've seen.
Hell yeah, it is.
That's true. It just is. I don't know why, but I got an Avengers team up fucking feeling when the gang got all together.
Hell yeah!
40 minutes in, all of them are coming. I'm like, fine.
Oh yeah, I forgot Ludacris is there too the whole time. I forgot about Ludacris.
It was like when they're going like, what do we need? Well, we need a guy who can blend in anywhere. I'm like, who's that? Oh shit, it's hot. Then we need a guy who can talk for miles of days. And then Brian's like, I know that guy. I'm like, here he comes. There he is, Roman Pierce. And then they got the rest of them. Ludacris and whatnot, and Gal Gadot, who I don't think does a lot in this movie, but she does more than she did last movie. So there you go.
They show her driving prowess a little bit more. He's like, we
Mhm.
knew 2 precision drivers, and then everyone's running there on the gauntlet, like except Dom. Dom never tried.
Yeah, because you can't show. Vin Diesel has in his contract that he can't lose at anything unless it's a choice.
Well, did you notice that the fight between him and The Rock, every time one punched the other one got to punch it. It was like, I'm gonna hit you, you're gonna hit me. I'm gonna hit an equal fight.
Mm-hmm. But The Rock does lose.
Yeah, he does.
Dom chooses not to hit him with a tire iron.
Mm-hmm.
So I will admit this movie was good. I was engaged the whole time. I started it Sunday night. I was like, I'll watch for an hour and I'll go to bed. I watched the whole thing.
Beautiful Brazil.
Beautiful Brazil. Beautiful action sequences. I'm glad that Mia was in it and had something to do. You know, it kind of feel like she's always been like the one on the side.
Yeah, now she was like the person behind the desk.
Yeah. I knew that they were going to have to switch the vaults or something. Because they never really showed
by the
Ludacris,
garbage truck.
Yeah, you do see that, but you only see at the end what they actually did.
But when you do see them come out of the tunnel,
they
do pass the garbage truck.
Apparently, I have to remember that the minigun thing went in the water. Okay. We don't know what that means.
A car with a minigun went into the water.
A car with a minigun went in the water. That's all it means. This was the first that I have seen of bank vault used as a weapon. Very precisely. Precision turns. Just absolutely no. First of all, I don't think a Dodge Charger or Challenger, whatever the fuck that car is, has the torque power to move
American
like
muscle.
That.
When you see Dom is always working on that machine, I don't know what he's doing, but he's always doing something. Something's got to be tightened. Something's always got to like changing fluids.
But honestly, I thought this was a well put together movie. It starts off with just the two of them, or just Mia and Brian doing a job. Dom shows up out of nowhere.
Well, first they break him out of prison. That's how it was first.
Yeah. But that was basically the end of 4. You lied to me when we watched the Fast and the Furious. You're like, I don't know if Vince comes back. Of course you knew. He's a major part of this movie.
Vince! Justice for Vince! You didn't believe me when I said he was a cop. You need to believe me now.
Yeah.
He's got some good lines in there.
He does have some good lines.
Your first mistake.
I do like that.
You're not in America anymore. This is Brazil.
Finally, I know where that meme comes from. That there's always room for family. It's a very famous meme. It's always going around. I think I've used it recently. To my friends to get them to watch the podcast. I just go, there's always room for family. Not just send the meme. Yeah, I mean, obviously my favorite characters are Han and Roman. Let's go. And I feel like Justin Lin was just like, I don't know how many of these movies I'm doing. Because at the end of this movie where Han is driving down the Autobahn and Gal Gadot's making out with them, she's like, I thought you wanted to go to Tokyo. I was like, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah. All right. Justice for Han. They couldn't kill him.
Couldn't kill him. Eventually he will die, I'm told, in Tokyo Drift. I don't know when that happens. I think it's after the next movie. I don't know.
It goes 6 and then Tokyo Drift.
So I only get one more movie of Han. 2 more movies, I guess, technically. Very upset about that. Listen. Is Roman Pierce in Tokyo Drift?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, you're going to have to go a movie without Roman.
Okay, can we just...
Walker.
Can we get to... I mean, Paul Walker, I know, is eventually not going to be in these movies because of tragic, extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, but his character is in the movies.
Yeah, but they just kind of talk about him like Brian and then show up.
And then his car rolls up.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. When his car rolls in, you're like, oh, hell yeah!
But part of the reason why I think this movie works is because of it's a serious situation, but there's finally levity in these movies. Roman Pierce is the levity bringer. Okay, like Han's
It's like
funny
an
in his
Ocean's
own right.
11 movie, basically.
Yeah, Han's funny in his own right, but like Roman and Ludacris together, hilarious.
Great pairing.
Great pairing. I do like how you start to get like little tidbits of backstory. Like Han was like, "How when'd you get out of the service?" And then she's like, basically whenever you quit smoking, 2 packs a day, huh? That's why you can't stop eating. Like, oh shit! All right, look at all
Be
that.
a little backstory.
Little backstory.
Don't send a man to do a woman's job. That's what she did. She got the handprint.
Mm-hmm. The only thing is that I know that they basically turn these movies into it's Dominic Toretto and Friends. Like, Dom's the hero. Dom's gonna get the whatever.
But you go toe to toe with The Rock and see if you can take him down.
But I do like how Brian is basically also the main hero. Like, he always shows up. Like, there's always in these movies, there's always a scene where Brian saves Dom.
It's
saved
Dom
him in
and
the
Brian.
First movie, saved him in the
Those
fourth movie,
brothers.
saves him in this movie. And that makes me a little sad knowing that he's not going to be there, because I think that dynamic works. But then it's just going to turn into the Dominic and Friends show because Brian's going to go off and be a dad, which is fair.
He's got to be a dad.
Got to be a dad.
Didn't you notice he was worried about being a dad because he didn't know his dad?
They
Dom
foreshadowed
knows
that. That's what I'm
his
saying.
Father.
They foreshadowed that. I think they tried it. They placed these seeds. Obviously, they don't know what's going to happen in the future, but they're like, well, what if he's not in here? Like, we got to give a reason why he's not
Well,
here.
I think they saw 5 as, and I think this was a production thing, is Vin Diesel saw 5 as like the end of the trilogy that they were in.
1, 4, and 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because if you take out 2 in Tokyo Drift,
which we haven't seen
third,
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, this is like, but like this is the 5th one to come out, right?
Yeah.
But the 2 of them are not in 2 in Tokyo Drift together.
True. Together, yes.
So this is the Fast and the Furious,
in Tokyo Drift.
Fast and Furious, and you'll find out. And Fast 5 is like the trilogy of Dom and Brian's story. So that's why they tie it with a nice little bow at the end. That if this was the last one, he was happy with the characters were.
Yeah. That's true, because without the tag, this could have ended. They're at peace.
Yeah.
They're at wherever they are, where there's no extradition. Everybody's got their cars and money and whatnot. Even Dom has a new lady. And then the tag comes in because they're like, this is going to make a lot of money. We're obviously going to keep making these movies.
Yeah, you realize
so how do we bring people
in
back
this,
in? Letty's alive.
I'm pretty sure this movie broke box office records for the biggest April opening of all time. And then also created a rush for action movies to keep upping. Like,
right.
This movie, some of the stunt driving with that fucking vault is amazing.
Yeah.
It is so cool. Is it believable? Probably not. But then they're it's only the corrupt cops. So it's like he's only taking out criminals, right? Only the bad people get killed.
So many people.
But they're all bad people.
They went through a bank.
Yeah, but you saw all the people ran away. No one got injured. Okay. And then Mia's like,
because
did you guys take out a bank? So like nonchalantly.
Because of the precision driving. They don't kill any
2 precision
people.
drivers who have no fear.
No fear. I did like how you pointed that out in your recap, because this movie starts off with just several unbelievable things back to back. Ending with, we've jumped off this like 400-foot cliff into the water and we're fine.
I just like, amazingly, this bus did 5 loops. All these people in chains are uninjured. And Dominic Toretto is gone.
R.I.P. Vince. R.I.P. Vince.
R.I.P. He got his redemption arc.
Did we ever see
easily
Nico
accepted in? Did you think he got the full 11 million or 10 million or 9 million, depending on like how they had to break it up?
Like one.
Or you think they just like here's like $500,000 out of my share.
Well, he says, from your Uncle Dom, see you soon. So I assume Dom will just take care of them no matter what they need.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming, don't say anything, I'm assuming in 10 or 11.
11 hasn't come out yet.
Nico comes back.
The baby?
Nico is a villain.
They don't time jump that much.
Well, I think 11 is going to get into time travel and how to prevent Vince's death. And that's really what Nico comes in.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We don't know. Have you ever seen a submarine used as a weapon? Just wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
I know that's in like 8 or something.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't. That is coming. That is coming.
Have you ever seen a celestial body used as a weapon? Just wait. The moon is going to take out some of these bad guys.
They don't go to the moon.
Not yet. Not
true.
Yet.
Not yet. They do break atmosphere, though. They
all
do.
right, now we could sit here and talk about this movie all day because it is legitimately. I wasn't joking, people, when I said that I think this is the best Fast and the Furious movie I've seen. But the real question now is...
No, before we get this movie introduces the world. I don't know if it introduces the world, but popularized one of the best dance/hype songs in Danzakuro. Right at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they use that at the end of each movie now?
I don't know, but this is where it starts. And it is... Obviously, we can't play it, but it's playing in my head at full blast.
You can play 10 seconds on YouTube.
Oh.
So put that in right there, Devin. Future Devin.
All right, that's all we got. That's all we got.
Didn't get DMCA'd, folks. Didn't get DMCA'd. Maybe.
But that song is fire.
All right, well, there's only one more question, Devin. And that is, where does it fall on the lore list? Young Devin. Are we going to snub Barbie again?
Ooh. Are you thinking Fast 5 makes the top 10?
Well, 11. I don't know if it's better than the Spider-Verse, but go down.
Is this better than Elf, Halloween,
Elf.
The Exorcist, and The Winter Soldier?
I mean, let's make the same point. You can watch Fast 5 whenever. You don't really watch Elf around the holidays.
Same with Halloween and The Exorcist.
Is it better than Captain America: The Winter
Spider-Man
Soldier?
Into the Spider-Verse?
I don't think so. That's, I think, the best Spider-Man movie. Quite honestly, I think that movie is better than The Matrix, but here we are.
Oh, interesting. Fast 5. Is it better than Barbie? Barbie doesn't have Rock and Vin Diesel fighting. That is something America craves. Craves.
Well, look it up right now.
Love it.
What made more money, the Fast and the Furious franchise or Barbie?
Well,
it's the Fast and the Furious franchise, definitely.
Yeah.
I think Barbie probably made more money than Fast 5. Just because of inflation.
Fast 5 made $626.1 million. Barbie is $1.4 billion.
Yeah. Ooh.
Barbie wins on that one. We got to give it to Barbie.
You got to give it to Barbie. But I think it's better than Elf.
I think it's better than Elf. Elf is seasonal. So,
well, there you have it.
There
folks.
you have it.
There you have it. The new number 12, Fast 5 on the lore list.
Now it's time to continue in the Cosmic Void franchise. Right now, we got Cosmic 4 coming your way.
In building the lore in the Writer's Zoom.
Cosmic 4 is going to be the first in our second trilogy. Our first trilogy: Cosmic Void, Cosmic Heist, Cosmic Revolt. Zach, why don't you let the people know where we left off in Cosmic Revolt?
Cosmic Revolt. Basically, Ronan found his sister. Sister's planet is under occupation. They do a job to help free them. Xander dies by getting too greedy, but they pull the job off and free the planet. Rory leaves the ship at the end of the movie. See, folks, I watched the last episode today. We get a little too lengthy.
A little long.
A little long. So you're just going to get the cliff notes. You're going to get the cliff notes for the one before now. And if you want to hear the whole thing, you can go back and listen to it. It's still there. It's still there. Just head back. Go listen to Cosmic Revolt. Dynamite poster, by the way. Great poster. I really love how you boxed yourself into a corner where only you can do the posters because they all have to be the same theme. They all look the same.
Nah, not when we get to that spinoff. That's all you.
The spinoff I'll do, sure. Also, I envision this middle trilogy is where we get Justin Lin on board. This is when he starts directing.
Honestly, I would love it. You have the job if you want it. We've already had 3 very successful movies, but let's get into Cosmic 4. Spoiler warning for everybody. We did talk about this for about 40 minutes because we didn't want you to hear us arguing about the backstory. Because I might have put us in a little corner by saying thousands of ships appear on the horizon.
I spent a week trying to rectify that in my brain.
I was just going to retcon it.
And we had to talk about it because, you know, when you come up with franchises, people, normally you have multiple years to bang out a script and make sure everything makes sense. When you're doing an episode a week and you're like, you know what we could do for fun? Do 11 movies in the same universe. You kind of got to remember what's happening.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
So, and you know, we make jokes here. You know, maybe Ronan had some PTSD blocking his trauma. He doesn't think that all planets have a red moon with a ring.
He's not dumb. That was a throwaway joke line.
That's a throwaway joke.
Throwaway joke line. He just remembered it because of the dream sequence. Okay,
yeah,
that was an unlocking. Very smart guy.
Would he know? You know that his sister is this big, head of state. Maybe they could be now. I don't know. You know.
He knew that they were like destined for something, but he left before anything happened. You know, how was he supposed to know? Also, we're gonna find more about. We're gonna find more about Ronan's past. Probably in 6, maybe in 8. We'll see. Also, just remember, whatever happens this episode, you got to pay attention because one of these ships might come back. All
right, so we're taking more time talking about how we wanted to save time. So let's just get into it.
All right.
We've discussed this. We have a little bit of an outline. We start with a advanced force of people we've never met before, and they are going against a small
scout
party
team, infiltration team
from our aliens.
Yeah, the ones that came, the thousands and thousands of ships that Devin was like definitely happened.
Within those thousands of ships, only a few have been scouting. There's been a few scouting fleets. Zach likes to refer to them as the Fist.
True. Yeah.
I was giving you credit for the Fist. I'm not trying to take your Fist line.
Appreciate that.
But it felt good. Fist. It felt good to Fist right there. I mean, well, hold on.
It always feels good to Fist. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
All right. So we open up with the movie. We got a super duper infiltration team, and we're seeing this unit approach these aliens that have taken over one of these outskirts planet and made their own. They're kind of drunk haven. They've killed some of the population, but they're kind of having a foothold. And we see this elite team going in under the cover of night, They go in, the skirmishes start doing, the blasters start happening, the fist fights start happening, and we pull back, and we're in like a control room type thing. And we see this, back profile of a person watching the monitors. And then we see one after another. Green highlight for the person, just going to red.
Vitals, 0.
We just see all these cameras going to black. A couple of them falling to the ground and not, moving at all. And then the last thing we hear is just somebody getting on the comm, screaming that they need help. Boom. Title card. We don't know what the title is yet.
Cosmic 4.
We don't know what the title is yet. It's not Cosmic 4.
Its working title is Cosmic 4.
It might be Cosmic 4. We don't know.
Working title, Cosmic 4.
But who do we come to, Devin, after the title card?
Ronan.
He
is on his home planet that Icy runs, but he is not in the city center. He is in the Scorched Lands, alone with Roby. They're looking for any signs of life, trying to till the land, trying to get some form of nature going again. Maybe sees a plant being shadowed by a rock and he moves it, and he's just trying to build up. He's lost. He doesn't have any of his accoutrement.
Yeah, so I imagine in this scenario that Ronan has a little bit too small white t-shirt, just like stick to him because of the sweat, and then it's like a little see-through. So this guy's still ripped, guys. Still ripped. All right.
But it's years later, good. Like 2 years later from 3.
Yeah, a couple of years later. So we didn't talk about this part, but I imagine that at the end of each day, Roby's got some messages for Ronan. Sister called, maybe Thaddeus or Joyride or somebody, and he kind of just hits delete. You know what I mean?
He's taking a self-exile.
Self-exile.
If you will.
On the land. And then what happens, Devin?
A shadow figure appears. Right?
Yeah. we could still do a little improv here.
Okay, so I'm just saying, like, out one day, Ronan's tilling the land, and then a shadow appears next to him, and it's the shadow figure from the opening scene. It turns out it was his handler. He was working for the corporations. We all know that this whole galaxy is run by a big corporation. All the individual planets have their own governments, monarchies, what they deem as a political
government
party. Yeah.
Various levels of puppets. Like, some have more autonomy than others. Some are definitely directly controlled. But for the most part, the whole galaxy is controlled by this big galaxy corporation.
And there's planets that are solely corporate planets.
Yeah. So we got this shadow figure who turns out, as Devin said, is his old handler. And we see for the first time ever, Ronan is a little scared. He sees this guy. He's like, oh, shit. And the handler basically goes like, we need your help. And he's like, how did you find me? He's like, we've always known where you are.
We've invested millions in you. You think we're going to let you go just like that? File after file after file. All virtual. They don't have a paper trail.
Oh, yeah, it just pulls up. Oh, yeah, your little deed blowing up the dam for the people? That was nice work. That was good. Didn't really like that. And then you just see him. He knows everything they've been doing. And he knows that Ronan's just been here for 2 years in exile. Like, oh, last job didn't go too well, huh?
We need your help.
And he explains the situation.
Why am I going to help you?
The handler says thousands of alien ships are just sitting on the periphery of the galaxy. But there have been some scout ships, fists, coming out and taking over some planets. They need information. Their team's not good enough. We need you, Ronan. And Ronan, Devin says, why would I help you? He says, because if you don't, we'll kill your sister.
Boom. Easy as that. We got to keep it simple. These corporations are evil people. Ronan knows what this man is capable of. Let's just call him Nick. Okay? Nick is I just read your shirt, but
Yeah, the Knicks. Hashtag Knicks up 2-0 on Philadelphia.
Hey, so either way, Ronan knows Nick is not joking. He will destroy Icy's home planet and Ronan and Icy's home planet. Everyone will just be destroyed. And there's an accident. Oh, Devotanium is very vital. There's a huge explosion.
Oh no, a nuclear warhead went off. Oh no. Whoa.
Boom, boom, boom.
Ronan's
pulled in.
Pulled in. Roby's coming
bring
too.
him.
Don't worry, Roby's coming too.
Yeah, Roby's coming too. Roby now feels like he is in a debt to Ronan.
Yeah.
Until he's got to save his life. It's a life debt type
I also
thing.
feel like Roby's more of the Roman Pierce of our group. Kind of like a little bit of a sassy head.
Oh, he's a sassy individual.
You know, but like, you know, a little bit. You know, he's not just the typical droid doing calculations and shit. He's just talking off the cuff. Yeah.
He'll steal from you too. He's got sticky fingers.
He's got sticky
claws.
Sticky claws. And it's usually like some sort of metal because he's hungry.
He eats it.
Just eats it.
Processes it. On this mothership, we meet a team of commandos. Part of that team is who, Zach?
Thaddeus and Joyride.
Reunited after 2 years. Something happened after Rory left. We don't exactly know, but Joyride and Thaddeus went off there on their own. And Ronan's like, how can you trust these guys? What's Thaddeus' response?
I don't know. Well, basically they showed up and they were like, you can either go to prison or you can do this job and make a lot of money. You know these guys. If you keep your word, they kind of just let you do, you know? So, because remember, Thaddeus was also in the program with Ronan and escaped with Ronan.
And the corporation knows they can't send a full army against it. They don't know, they don't want to create a full galactic war. And they're not really set up for that. They're more of like hostile police forces that come in and settle civil wars with more violence and aggression than necessary, but it calms everybody down real quick.
I mean, the results say it's necessary,
but they're not really
order
set up
is
to take on another space force in the
Not yet.
Or
maybe they are. We don't know.
I don't know.
So they set them up, and we meet some other members of this commando squad. And we meet also a nice young lady who was part of the group of Ronan and Thaddeus's. But she stayed. And she went through the full training. And now she's a badass. What was her name?
Venus
the badass. And there's a little bit of a sexual tension between Ronan and Venus.
Oh, yeah. There's gonna be. They grew up together. There's something there. They've always competitive against each other. She's a little, Ronan was the team lead, so he had the biggest connection with Nick. So, he took Thaddeus when they had the chance to get out of there. And Venus, she was left behind. So she's a little animosity. I mean, you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad.
So she's now here to prove herself. She's been on so many missions now. She's a certified.
She's now the team leader.
She's the team leader. And we meet the rest of her team. One of them is a, just a lovable scamp. His
name's Red.
His name's Red. He's like, guys, this is the sweetest gig in the world. They give you some cool weapons, all the food you can eat, and you get to kill some people. You're like, is that a perk? It's like, I don't know. Sometimes you just want to kill some people.
He's like really tactical, and he can instead of just shooting something, he'll shoot a chandelier that will cause a chain reaction that blows everything up more. He sees things a little differently.
Part of that is is that an augmentation? What are augmentations? What did they do to these people? We don't know yet.
We'll get
into it. We'll get into it later. And we got a couple other red shirts,
Yeah.
I want a big guy. want a really big guy.
I was thinking someone huge, someone absolutely massive.
Absolutely massive. And I want to do the exact trope that's always there. Heart of gold. Gentle soul.
Nicest guy you'll
but
ever be.
Huge guy. And if you get him angry, he's a wrecking
breaking down
ball.
a door.
His name is Wrecking Ball.
Your code name, of course. Everyone's got code names.
Code name Wrecking Ball. Because, maybe he's part of the team is that he's the breacher. He's the one who basically goes through the door first. And
he's the tank.
He's the tank.
Now that you say Wrecking Ball, bad batch, his name was Wrecker.
Okay, his name is Breacher. His name is Breacher.
You call him Breach for short.
Call him Breach for short. So we got Venus, we got Breach, and we got Red. And then we got
new additions to the team.
A couple other red shirts.
Spider.
Spider and Wasp.
Spider and Wasp, yeah, I like that. Because they're all code names, and Ronan's, they're like, what's your code name? He's like, Ronan. They're like,
Isn't your real name Ronan? Yeah. Your real name's not Spider? Again, joke, guys. Ronan's smart.
We're gonna keep it light in here. We're gonna add some jokes. Red, he's throwing zingers. Left, right, center, right, left, center, right, center, left.
All right. So basically, they get debriefed. A little training montage because the team's got to learn how to work together. And there's some competing between Venus and Ronan again until eventually
we get to see some sweet, cool tech.
Yeah. And then they got to go on a mission, right? So we got to go after maybe not the same fist, maybe like a different one, but like basically the same type of scenario. That one of the fists landed on a planet, took it over. Like, hey, this is a prime opportunity to get in, do some recon.
There's minimal forces. Like, they've only left a minimal team, or what's it called?
Recon team? Infiltration team?
No.
Scout party?
No. Like, there's people you leave behind. Like a retaining force almost. But, so they leave like a small skeleton place because they've taken over this planet. They're the de facto leaders. They're hopping to other places, but now they've only left a small team here. So they're like, the corporation, Corpico, is like, this is Gallico.
Gallico, yeah, Gallico.
Gallico is like, this is a perfect opportunity to attack and infiltrate and figure out what we can.
Yeah. So I think they got to get there. They got to do a little bit of a recon. I think we got to show a scenario where the strategy guy does something a little heartless, but strategic. So like
Red sacrifices some locals,
yes,
but they end up taking out the aliens.
Yeah. So like they're doing an infiltration part. An alien spots them. He uses the locals, basically just whatever the noise is complaint because there's like a curfew, and he basically directs the alien to them, and they kill those people. And he's like, "Job's done." And they just move on. And they're like, "Whoa,
a little cold,
little cold." Because at this point, up to now, he's just been cracking jokes, jokester, one of the butts. So I think we got to get on the ship. We got to get some information. We got to download it, but then it's got to go wrong. And then I think Ronan has got to save Venus.
I was thinking he's got to save Breach as well.
Maybe
he's got to get Breach on his side.
Yeah, I like that.
Because he's got to get these people to trust him.
Mm-hmm.
They got to form a little combat bond.
Mm-hmm. What if we do this? Ronan usually never wore a helmet. What if in this mission, he's got his standard issue Galactico helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
During the fight, it gets knocked off, and one of the aliens recognizes him.
I like that. Now because it turns out that these aliens, we're going to have some flashes on their ship. They're specifically here for Ronan. They have a connection, right? Didn't you say that they had some hyperlink thing? We're there.
So basically, when
You explain this.
Ronan took out the first guy,
Yeah.
all of these
The
aliens,
bodyguard.
their armor has a quantum entanglement back to the mothership.
Yeah.
So basically, what that means, Devin, is just like, what the fuck does that mean?
I have no idea. This is all Zach's realm.
It's instant transmission. Is that as soon as that helmet got knocked off, it recorded the person who defeated one of the fists, and that's Ronan. And that picture got sent to the mothership, so they knew who they're after.
So when he goes to save Venus and Breach, his helmet gets
popped off. Boom. They recognize him. And then the forces converge on him. Thereby, he allows the rest of the gang time to get out of there while he makes his escape because he's Ronan. He's going to escape.
He still gets out of there. They're back at HQ.
They got the information. The thing went to shit. They blew up the ship down there. So there might have been some aliens surviving, but, the ship's gone and they got out of there. Where were we going after this?
They had a major plan to take out the Armada, knowing the vulnerability that they had located.
Okay. So they got the information, gets back to HQ. The HQ analyzes the information. Then we had some heartwarming scenes between some of the crew. Venus and Breach. Breach specifically.
We found that Rory is still missing. No one knows where she is. Thaddeus and Joyride haven't heard from her. Mm-hmm. Ronan hasn't heard from her. Nick and his team of Globico cannot find her. They got a file for her, but the file says she might be dead or missing. Possibly
maybe they talk about her in the beginning, and after Ronan saves Venus and Breach, Venus uses that opportunity to be like, listen, I heard you talking about her. I looked her up. I know you don't have access. This is what they know about her. And then he sees it. He's like, and she's like, I'm sorry, because the file says presumed dead. But it's an off-screen death, people. Don't worry.
But Venus and Ronan kiss.
Yeah.
That's it. Just a kiss. But the kiss lingers. It's almost like an I'm sorry that turns into something unsaid,
Something from the past.
Yeah. Something lingering still there. I don't know what it is.
All right, do we want?
So they got a plan.
Do we want one more fight scene?
I think they have to have a catalyst that moves them forward in their plan.
What about this?
Retaliation from that ship.
That's what I was thinking.
That a whole planet is just destroyed without warning. I mean, that's very Alderaan, but
yeah, either a whole planet is destroyed or their specific planet is attacked and destroyed, and they barely make it out. Because I'm thinking they go back to the mothership, they give the information, but then they have downtime, so they go back to their planet area where they were training. Aliens attack there. They barely get out, because we also have to see them lose. They didn't lose before. Mm-hmm. They're going to lose this time. Like, they can't save this planet.
Implies that there's a spy? How do they know where they are? Is there a spy?
Maybe.
And how do they come in contact with this man? I don't think we'll learn in this episode.
Yeah.
That spy, I think that spy is red.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. It's definitely red. Yeah, what do you think about that? They retaliate to their, training planet.
Mm-hmm.
They lose. I'm thinking that a couple of the aliens go after Ronan specifically, and he barely gets away. Maybe Joyride pulls up in a ship that she, stole, gets the rest of the crew out of there. But you see, the planet being destroyed behind them. They fully lost.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the mothership, or we get, a transmission saying the mothership, hey, we found a weakness in there. This is what we're going to do. This is the plan. Then we go into the final act.
A small convoy of single-person ships can breach their, I don't know.
Yeah, their defensive system. This system is set up to go against, other, freighters, huge armada warships. It's not designed to go after the little ants. that are going to come in.
Yeah.
And if we go on this
Like
heading,
basically like a jet ski driving up to a carrier.
yeah,
And they just think it's a whale or something, you know?
we go on this heading, we drop a tactical devotonium nuke right in the heart, is going to destroy their mothership and break apart the Armada. It's kind of like the run at the end of Star Wars. You gotta hit the run.
So they're going towards it. Each person in their ship, Ronan in the lead, Breach in one, Venus in another, Joyride and Thaddeus in their own individual, and Red as well. And as they're going towards, everyone starts to pull back except
Venus,
Ronan,
Breacher, Ronan, Joyride, and Thaddeus.
What?
Because Roby's doesn't have a ship. He's still a robot. He's just on the other ship. Those are the 5 that don't pull back.
What do you mean?
You're saying pull back, and I know where you're going with this. I think there has to be like the rest of the convoy knows the plan and pulls back. Those 5 don't know the plan, but the other 4 get shut down. You know what I mean?
Because, we have the mothership shutting them down because the whole plan is to give Ronan. They're turning their back on Ronan. They're giving Ronan to his thing.
Yeah.
They shut down his weapons through the mothership. He doesn't have a bomb on his thing.
We see scenes of Venus, Breacher, Thaddeus, and Joyride like pounding their stuff, trying to get to Ronan because they see Ronan going and their ships are just shut down. And then in Ronan's ship, we just see a screen come up and it's his handler, Nick, going, "Hey, your debt's paid to the corporation. This is just a good business deal. One man for an entire galaxy? Even you'd make that trade."
Well, I think Red goes with him too and brings some tech and missiles because he was a traitor. He was a spy.
Goes to the aliens?
Yeah.
On his own free will?
Yeah.
Or what if he's a double spy?
We'll find out later, but
okay.
I don't know. Like, I don't see the betrayal from Red yet. Like, where was he? Where's the betrayal? Unless he betrays them when they get attacked on their planet, and that's where.
Yeah, I know we talked about one of the group betraying them, but then we also just settled on the government betraying him. So,
yeah, but like, who led them to? I mean, to the place. It's like, because they got attacked in their home base. I feel like they offered Red something, or like there was some mind message that now we can introduce some fucking little telekinesis or something in there so that they communicate.
I don't mind that
thought.
So maybe Red goes. Red knows that they're going to turn over Ronan, but he's going to go. So he already disabled like the automatic controls.
Yeah.
He goes anyway. So the government thinks Red betrayed them. So maybe the government didn't know that they were going to destroy the training planet. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Red betrayed them. He goes. So the end of the movie is basically Red delivering Ronan to...
And some missile or something.
Yeah. Devotonium. They delivered Devotonium.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then we find out in 6 that Red is actually a double agent, and then the government actually did set up to have their planet destroyed because they're ruthless.
Ooh. We'll find that out later.
Yeah, find that out later. That's in 6, not in 5, people.
So to build up Cosmic 4, which I think right now we should just call it Cosmic 4.
I don't want to call it Cosmic 4.
All right, let's hear your names for it then.
Cosmic Betrayal.
Then we know someone's going to be betrayal.
I know. The thing is that Cosmic
Force
kind of works. No.
What if it's like something with 4 in the name?
Okay.
Cosmic Foreskin.
No. Cosmic Force, Fource, does work.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep that on the back burner for a second. But let's spitball for a couple of minutes and just see if we come up with anything.
Cosmic foreshadowing.
No.
Cosmic foregone.
Foregone's not bad. Cosmic foregone. Because then that's a double entendre.
Is that the right word of the, like, is that how you say?
I figured out how to do the balloons. You have to put up 2 fingers and you have to wiggle. I'm learning all of these things.
To give up or to do without.
Because then if the movie's called Cosmic Foregone, everybody's like, okay, it's just 4 and something's gone. But then you remember that foregone means a foregone conclusion. It was always fated to happen.
Cosmic foregone. The Architects of Lore original idea, the 4th installment in the Cosmic Void series. We find a planet under attack, and a secret force of commandos is struggling against the aliens. One by one, they're destroyed, and we see the shadow of a commander. Flash cut to the title.
Cosmic Foregone. Then we find Ronan. It's been 2 years since Cosmic Revolt, and he's back on the planet with Icy. But he's out. He's not in the big city. He's out in the fields, working the lands, tilling, and it's just him and Roby. His smart talking. Oh, Robot, relax over there, okay?
Listen, we had a 7-minute recap last time. I'm trying to just quicken it up for the people, okay? You're just really just strolling us through this recap. Take me by the hand. Let me watch the sunset with you, or we could just get to the good stuff.
And then we cut to Ronan. Ronan's back on the planet. It's been 2 years since Revolt happened. He's alone, just him and Roby working the land. Who shows up? His old handler from Galaxy Co. And that's the silhouette of the man we saw on the team. And he says, we need your help against this force. Ronan says, I'm not going to work for you. He's like, you don't work for us, I'm going to kill your sister. Boom, Ronan's in.
So he joins up with the force. Thaddeus and Joyride are there. He's like, how do you trust these people? He said they gave us 2 options, prison, money, and we chose the money. So we're going. We also team up with Venus, who used to be part of the Commando Squad with Thaddeus and Ronan. She did not escape when they did. Got more metamorphosized and cloned, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And maybe she has a clone later. We'll find out. I don't know. But either way, we meet up with Venus, we meet up with Red, and we meet up with Breach. So, and we meet up with
a couple other red shirts, Spider and Wasp,
who die. They die in the attack.
Yeah. So then they go through training. And then we get to a planet because they're going to go on a mission because there's a planet that had a skeleton force. They're going to go get some information. It's a quick little recon mission. They get there. Red sells out some locals, cold-blooded style. They get in there. They get into information, but then the aliens find them. It all goes to shit. Ronan saves Venus and Breach. They get out of there, but Ronan's helmet's knocked off. Aliens recognize him. He barely makes it out, but they blow up their alien ship, and they get out there. They give all the information to Galaxy Co. mothership.
They got a plan to deliver a Devotanium nuke to the Armada using small craft ships that can get under the radar. On their way there, the majority of the forces turn around, leaving only our core 5 to go towards it. We got Ronan in the front. We got Venus. We got Thaddeus. We got Joyride. We got Breach. And we got Red. Spider and Wasp have died in the previous attack.
They died in the previous attack. Also, there was an attack on their training base by the aliens who basically destroyed it, and the group only makes it out barely alive. And then we find out we have a plan to kill them.
Everyone's ships are shut down except for Ronan's, who's being sent towards the tractor beam, and Red, who's delivering Ronan and a Devotanium bomb. He's a traitor. He's working for the aliens, and he delivers Ronan and the bomb as the others whose ships have been turned off by the mothership are struggling. And what does Ronan see on his screen, Zach?
I don't know. What does he see on his screen?
Nick saying that we had a choice.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were already in the ship and everything. No. Nick comes up on his screen basically saying it was one man for the entire galaxy. That's just good business. Your debt's been paid.
End of movie.
Thank you for your service.
End of movie.
Boom. And then we get after credit scene. And who is
Rory
it, Devin?
lives.
Rory.
It's gotta be Rory. Of course it's Rory.
Definitely Rory.
She has a contract. She has to be in every movie until she dies. Or if she does. Who knows? But maybe she's cloned. Is there a clone? I don't know.
We don't know yet.
Clone.
Devin keeps mentioning clones. But the end tag scene is Roby coming up to a door. And who opens the door? Rory.
Ooh, that's fucking money.
We will
Cosmic
see
for
these
core.
characters again in Cosmic 5.
Ooh, hell yeah. Love that. That is our Architects of Lore original idea. Please let us know what you think. You can email us at architectslore@gmail.com. Please follow our socials on Instagram at Architects of Lore, X at Arc of Lore, YouTube Architects of Lore, and maybe TikTok Architects of Lore if we get our shadow ban released. Who knows?
Who knows?
Zach,
Devin,
what movie are we watching next week?
I honestly don't know. When does Tokyo
Fast
Drift?
6?
Okay.
We are watching Fast 6. I believe that is the name of it, or is it Fast and Furious 6? But Fast and Furious 6, 2013. We got Vin Diesel, we got Paul Walker, we got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's gonna be a good one. Check it out.
I don't think you had to keep your speed going after we got through the recap. But if you have a story in your head, folks, and you can't seem to get it out,
do it.
Just fucking do it. Because if it sucks, who cares? Eventually, you're going to make a sweet franchise. Also, that's what editing's for. Say goodbye, Devin.
You say goodnight, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Listen here, candy ass. We're getting into studying the blueprint. I got The Rock. The Rock took me in that one, you know?
If you smell what Devin's cooking. And I don't think I said a single real word.
You don't need to.
Do we want to get a clean one?
Nah, we're good. We're good. I'm just like, we're trying to do a quick recap, and we're just strolling in the park.